Hello and welcome back to another episode on the channel by me, TheWiseJames. This is part 2 to my video from yesterday about the Epping migrant riots or protests, whatever you want to call it. I guess it wasn't a riot, more of a protest. So I did part 1 yesterday, and this will be part 2. So if you've never seen this person before, their name is Wesley Winter. You can find them on YouTube. Give them a bit of free publicity because I'm nice. So there's Wesley Winter for you. You might recognise him, you might not. But let's get into it.
People who feel discomfort from
Not the adverts. Forget the adverts.
Obviously, they pay their council tax here. That is funding the migrant hotel. Obviously, you've got the Socialist Worker newspaper, the communist newspaper. What started very peaceful has now evolved into this. Oh, he's got his trying to grab his newspaper. Not too happy.
We're with Mr. Winter on the front line.
That's what you see, guys. Oh, he's firing some hands. Hello, find some hands. He's firing some hands.
He just assaulted someone. You mad?
I would like to say, face coming from both sides at the minute.
You know what's crazy, right? I have literally been the only arrest of my life. The only arrest of my life was arrest for common assault because I shouted at someone who violently assaulted me, right? Literally every one of these.
what I found on the internet.
Oh, shut up, TV. Honestly, every single one of these, apart from Wesley, nearly every single one of these people is shouting worse than I shouted at the person who violently assaulted me. Like, how are they not charged for that? Like, I got charged wrongly. And I've had to prove my innocence, took 10 years, which was basically a written confession of the person who assaulted me, that they assaulted me. So like, I don't understand how it's one rule for everyone else, and then I was treated so differently. This makes no sense. But I guess it's a situation. 1 second, I don't know what happened there. Stupid built-in AI's shit.
X been hit at the back. X. Yeah, all sorts have been thrown. You know, milk everywhere. All their signs have been stripped to pieces. Whoa, 60 Wow, it is getting violent. I saw a stick being thrown, bit nuts, as you can see here. Milkshake. We have the milkman.
That's not a milkshake, that's just milk.
And the milkman is here.
How's it taste, bro?
Semi-skim
Was semi-skimmed, yeah?
milk on the floor. So we've got the semi-skimmed. So we've got a bit of a... We are making a cake. All we need is the flour. I've had a bit of egg. So... more milk is being thrown. So, yeah. Great British Bake Off here in Essex right now. People are very frustrated. Obviously, they're kind of angry at the police now because obviously they had the police escort to this hotel. Obviously, what happened on Sunday, it seems very tame compared to what we're seeing here. Oh, a bit of argy-bargy with the girl in the yellow.
Go, Fatty! Go, Fatty!
It looks like this girl. She's like a bull in a china shop. A lot of pushing, shoving. Someone's getting thrown. Oh, someone's getting arrested. Someone's getting pulled. Whoa!
And it now kicks off. Oh dear. Bloody adverts ruin everything. I'm gonna have to get premium, I suppose, so I don't have this.
Magnesium.
That's what I'll have to do. I'll have to get premium.
Okay, now a lot of friendly fire. Guys, someone's been arrested. Someone is getting arrested. Whoa! No.
He wasn't arrested. egg on his face.
It's all got a lot of egg is getting launched everywhere. Okay.
Normally, I only see this many eggs at Halloween.
Get them back! Get them!
Why don't they just escort them out of Essex? Like, get them to the train station and get them the fuck out of there. They're literally in a really dangerous situation here. That's why the police are surrounding them and protecting them, because they know they're in a seriously dangerous situation. So why did the police lead them into a dangerous situation that they then had to protect them from? But they didn't lead them out of the dangerous situation. Right? It makes no sense. Why don't they just take them to the station? It's no longer a peaceful protest, is it?
Bloody hell, guys. Eggs are getting thrown. I saw about 10. Must have been the large egg carton from that.
Must be some rich people. Eggs are expensive these days. That's like a week's wages, that is.
Petrol station, but they're bringing in the van to block it now. It is getting a bit out of hand, not going to lie. People are throwing all sorts of stuff. So as you can imagine, this caused a big traffic jam, as you can see, all the way down here. Obviously, if they want to bring more officers, they're going to have to come on foot now. But I don't think they'll be doing it.
They could just, use a motorbike or a helicopter. But okay.
Counter-protest here anytime soon. You've got to blame the government for this. I mean, they could have really nipped it in the bud. They've had since Sunday, it's now Thursday. They could have come up with a solution. I know the local councillor said that this should be closed. He had a meeting with the Home Office, but it's now led to this. Again.
Right, I'm not being funny. This illegal migration problem has already been solved. I've literally already solved it. So you can literally go to my Facebook account. You just search it for the solution. Just type solution. Bosh. Here we go. So my solution is, right, you hire 10,000 people and build or buy 100 boats to monitor the British territory along the English Channel and North Sea. You then stop any single boat or dinghy from entering British waters before they get into British legal jurisdiction. So you then use satellites to confirm where the boat or boats came from and take them back to be processed by the country they left from. Because they haven't entered legal jurisdiction of Britain, they don't get to claim legal rights in Britain. You have to be in British legal territory. So you stop them before they get there, right? Using satellites and boats and people employed to do that. And as I say here, if France has a problem with people being brought back to their shores who wrongfully left, they would stop them leaving in the first place. This way, nobody gets hurt, no children or women die at sea, no boats get into British jurisdiction. No, literally, it ends the illegal migration problem. Ends it. It's done. It's finished. And they get taken back to their place of departure to be processed there. So, literally, from my perspective, this has been solved for a year. And everyone in the country is just whinging on about it, dancing to the strings of the media, because the government and the media would rather you blame migrants and kick off with them than the government. And the truth is, it's the government's fault. They could have fixed this yesterday. And this solution of mine is actually scalable. So, when the problem stops and there's no problem anymore, you can scale it down. And if the problem gets worse, because they're trying to take advantage of a day break or whatever, you can scale it up. It's scalable. Like, this problem is solved. And we've got all these people whinging, protesting, the entire media crying every day about it, but it's solved. If they wanted to stop the boats, they could have done it yesterday. The government does not want to stop the boats. Now, my opinion is that rich people are encouraging illegal migration for cheap labour. Look at Just Eat, fucking Deliveroo, lots of shops, like hand wash garages, a lot of manual labour jobs I've seen with clearly such low paid jobs. English people can't compete. They can't compete, right? So who benefits the most from that system? It's rich people. Rich people are benefiting the most from illegal migration because it's cheap labour. And who's getting damaged the most? Me, the average Englishman. You, the average English person. Literally, that's the solution. The government could have solved this yesterday. This was sent to Nigel Farage, the entire Reform Party. You know, Lee Anderson's got it. All these people could have resolved this problem a week ago, a month ago, but they don't. They fucking don't. Because they want to use it as a distraction.
Again, the kind of incompetence by local governments that has almost basically caused this. And obviously what happened during the week with the Afghan nationals who were brought into, well, it was leaked that they're brought into the UK. So tensions are definitely rising here.
Where are you now, you big fat... Not you coward.
More eggs. Into that person's garden. Reinforcements are here now. Reinforcements are here. A lot of the guys who we saw earlier at the station have disappeared. We saw the BBC at the station. There are definitely a few more. Oh, bloody hell. But the numbers have definitely calmed down a bit.
Can't believe that I can see 2 people wearing COVID masks. Right. Some people just have the lack of ability to go against the programming, do they? They're just drones. They're just drones.
I'd say there's at least 30 here. The police definitely have to get them out because I think they bought every... Bloody hell. Another egg has been hit. Another one. More police are coming in, as you can tell. More reinforcements.
We've got the riot gear on as well.
So...
But yeah, from my perspective, if I'm honest, Britain, if I'm honest, the illegal migration problem has been solved for a year, and instead of getting it implemented and the problem solved, you've all just been whinging about it. From my perspective, the government, the far right, the far left, to be honest, I think you're all just as bad as each other, and the problem's solved. You just could have had this solved a year ago. There wouldn't be this problem, but instead, you're just going to keep whinging about it, you're going to keep complaining about it. No one's offering any solutions, and the one guy who offers the solution that fixes it, me, you all just ignore. So, I mean, I just got to laugh at you all, to be honest. I literally just have to laugh at you all. Because I go on GB News, and on the Facebook website, and I'll try and tell people who have a problem with the migration issue that Farage caused it, and I solved it, and they just insult me for it. So here's the thing, right? They've got these people who have a problem with mass migration, who don't understand that Farage caused it by getting Brexit done, essentially, and implementing the current rules and regulations alongside the Tories, helping them do it. And then they insult me and attack me, the guy who solved it, merely for pointing out that Farage caused it, yet they claim to have a problem with mass migration, but they're defending the guy who's caused it and attacking the guy who solved his problem he caused. Like, you can't win in Britain. You cannot win. You can solve all the racist problems, but if you say, oh, this guy who they like caused it, you're an enemy. You're a fucking enemy. There's nothing you can do. Like, the racists should be thinking of me as like the hero of Britain because I've solved the problem and they can get it implemented. Mass migration would never be a problem ever again. But no. They just want to whinge and whinge and whinge and cry and cry and cry.
Don't know what they're going to do. What are your thoughts on all of it, mate?
As regards what?
Of this protest so far, how's it kind of fall?
What gets me is, this lot here said they're here to keep the peace.
Yeah.
And yet they let this lot march all the way up there towards us. Didn't stop them, but they stop us from confronting them.
What?
It's because the police are in a terrible state. So they will do public stunts like this to try and make themselves look good. What the police will do will use situations and events to leverage their own position for public appearance. So they will try and make both of you look bad, so they look like the good guys.
What about,
Look, this geezer's got a stick, a bottle. Don't do cool, mate. Don't do nothing.
What about freedom of speech, their right to counter-protest?
What about it?
I mean, that's what people always say. Where's
I
the
don't give
freedom?
a mate. That's got nothing to do with the fact as I just said to you, the police said they were here to keep. Why did they let them march down?
Right, keep it separate.
Why did they not stop them up there and stop them coming down there?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
We were down there having our protest. They've allowed them to come down.
And to be honest, the protest, from what I saw, was fairly peaceful, apart from a few yobs climbing on a police van, maybe. It was peaceful until they did that. Literally, the police caused this situation. But I guarantee you, no one loses their job. No one gets told off. No one gets disciplined for causing nearly a riot in Essex. No. No one in the government's held accountable, but they arrest 6 of the people involved, don't they?
Do you think today sends a message to the local councils?
No, don't send any message, mate.
Accountability is one thing lacking in the police. Majorly lacking. They don't hold themselves accountable for failures. They never do. Ever.
They don't give a... That's why we're redoing it, because we've had enough.
So yeah, obviously this all started because illegal migrants sexually assaulted a local girl in Epping. The Tower School, we are right next to a school. It took them literally about a 5-minute walk, so I didn't even realise that. That's how close we are to the local school. And then you got all these protesters here. They've been here for quite a while. Egg on the floor that's been thrown, ripped up signs. There aren't many of their signs left. Here you can see behind me, guys, you do have the riot police, at least 6. Obviously, it's very difficult to bring the vans into this part of Epping. They must have called police from different parts of London, surely, because this is a town just of 12,000 people. And they must surely be understaffed, but they can't even protect a local girl who was sexually assaulted. You don't imagine what they can do with protesters in the street. Shields there in the back. Yeah, so people throwing stuff, they have to be pretty careful because you've seen...
Don't throw things at officers, for fuck's sake, man. You get done for assaulting an officer. Like, it's not worth it. This guy here, there's no way this guy in the green top passes a fitness exam. There's no fucking way he could run for 10 miles. There's no fucking way he can pass a fitness exam. How is this, no offence to you, sir, very large gentleman, how the hell is he a police officer? He is not physically fit enough to be a police officer. And why are they standing here smiling?
The videos where they don't make arrests on the actual day, they do it later on, so some people don't have face coverings here. We do have the full set now. One officer is covered in flour, so we have made a cake. Bit of Archie Barchie, so he's trying to turn on as he's trying to turn on his camera.
It's got to stop. They've got to stop filling these hotels up. Unvetted people. They've got to stop it.
The problem's already solved, mate. I'm not being funny. I've already solved it. Literally, you could have had this problem solved a year ago. I bang on about it all the time on Facebook, and all the GB News lot just insult me because I point out that Farage caused it. So they don't care about getting it solved. They don't care about them. None of you care about the mass migration problem getting solved, because otherwise you would have implemented my solution. Like, and is it my fault that the news companies and the media didn't tell you about it? No, because I've been telling you all about it on Facebook and everywhere. Is it my fault that the government hasn't told you they have a solution? No. But they have. Is it my fault that Nigel Farage and Reform haven't tried to push for this solution, even though they have it? No. So even though I've had this solution for a year, and I've tried to tell millions of you, none of you fucking listen. Whinge. This could have been solved yesterday, mates. This could have been solved 6 months ago. Instead, you're all fucking whinging because you've allowed pussies in charge of us, like Starmer. Like a pussy. Literally a coward.
Would you be happy then being relocated to another area, not just Epping?
No, not at all, because it's only going to cause problems in another area. It should not be.
Yeah.
It is sad to see that your children ain't safe to walk streets. It's not safe.
Yeah, but it seems to be like moving slowly, because I know the local council of Epping has spoken out. He doesn't want it, but you know, what can you do?
Jamie, the local councillor, he tries his best, but it's just crazy.
Yeah.
They should never have let them out of that station. Never. It was all peaceful up there. There was nothing going on. Everyone was just standing there talking.
I agree. From what I've seen from the footage, it was peaceful until the police drove the counter-protesters up towards them, and that causes a confrontation and therefore an altercation. The police are literally responsible for this, but no one will lose their jobs. You can guarantee they arrest people quicker than they discipline officers. You can guarantee it. They don't hold themselves accountable to the same law, but they're supposed to be held to a higher standard of the law than the rest of us. But they hold themselves to a lower standard because they can get away with it.
Bit calm, and then these all come along. It's just crazy.
So it looks like they're trying to bring them around. Archie, bit of Archie. Very, very aggressive, unnecessarily. He's imitating, he pushed him. By the looks of it, they're trying to bring more of the protesters to the left, and then they're gonna let these guys kind of escort them to the station.
Stop risking your own money trading. Instead, discover how to access up to $1 million in trading capital without taking prop firm challenges.
How about you fuck off, yeah?
A child was sexually assaulted. What are you there for? What are you there for? Child was sexually assaulted.
Oh.
I don't live here. I live there. I live there. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. What's your place at? My place is at. Check me out tomorrow. Why are you there?
Would you still be here? Would you still be here if it was your daughter? Would you still be here?
Have you heard any racism? Shout at them.
I tell you what, right? I'm not a far-right extremist. I'm not a far-left extremist. I am a neutral centrist. You know, if you ask me about punishment for child sex offenders, I'm going to give you a very, very far-right answer. And I mean, like, so far-right, you're going to think I'm evil, to be honest, and I don't give a fuck. But if you ask me about environment and animals and children, I'm going to give you a left-wing view. I'm definitely going to give you a left-wing view. You ask me about punishments for violent offenders who are criminals and carrying weapons, I'm going to give you a very far-right view. I'm going to ask for longer punishments, worse punishments, and more restrictions. I'm not one of these guys who's, I'm a right-wing and anything left-wing is gay. And I'm not one of these left-wing people who's like, oh, everyone's a human being and we all deserve rights. Because no, someone who's murdered 10 children doesn't deserve the same rights as me and you. Go fuck yourself. Like, you tree-hugging hippie. You're making the left wing look bad. So this is why I'm a centrist. Like, the right wing have good points, and so do the left wing. It depends on the subject if I'm going to give you a left or right response. But most of these people will identify as left or right their entire lives. It won't be both. It'll always be one or the other, and that's the game you've all been tricked into playing. And I'm not playing. I'm not playing your little game, because there's no winning a game you cannot take charge of and win. Like, you can't win unless you're head of the left or head of the right. And nobody leads the left or the right because it's an imaginative thing. It's a construct humans have come up with to try and understand politics. It's not a real thing. Left or right is not a real thing. It's made up in our minds. And it's been defined to us, so that's how we define it. It's not actually a real thing, okay?
Where's the racism? Yeah, then you stand there because you can't answer.
It's not racist to not want child sex offenders in your country. That's just... I couldn't care if they were white, black, or purple, right? I don't want them here. I don't want them here. But if they are not a criminal and they want to work hard, then apply for a visa, a work visa. Come here and work. That's no problem. I don't care about that. But you want to come here illegally and take from the system? Commit crimes and attack our children? No. I draw the line at certain things. But if I spoke to a far-right extremist, because I'm a little bit left-wing sometimes, they think I'm some liberal wokey. But if I speak to a liberal wokey, they think I'm a far-right extreme Nazi or fascist. Like, you guys don't even know what centrism is anymore. You have all fallen foul to this game of left and right. It's just sad to see, if I'm honest. Watching my fellow humans fall foul for this brainwashing, essentially, this mind fuck.
It's not about race. It's about an adult male sexually assaulting a young minor. That's what it's about. That's why people are upset. That's it. Simple as that. You just don't get it.
So yeah, as you can see, guys, the counter protesters kind of speech that
But if it was my child, you'd have to restrain me in that situation. You'd have to restrain me from attacking those people defending the nonce. Because from the perspective of the far right here, or the people against the small group here, they're defending a man who has sexually assaulted a 14-year-old and his rights over the rights of the 14-year-old. That's the problem here. The people who are, the larger group, are standing up for the rights of the child and our country and feel that that person shouldn't have been able to come here and do that and be protected. And the fact of the matter is, they did and they are being protected, okay? And you lot are protecting their rights. You're here representing that man who assaulted that 14-year-old girl. You're here representing him, defending his rights, and they are here saying he shouldn't have had the right to do that. That is basically what this debate is. So, one side is defending a nonce, right? By law, a paedophile, right? And the rest of them are saying he shouldn't have been here. I know myself which side of the debate I'm on here. But most people in this see it as left or right. So they think that's the left and that's the right. But that's not how it is, my friends. That's not how it is. This is protecting pedos against not protecting pedos. That is what this protest is.
so come with their signs and stop the far right, refugees welcome, but you try to speak to them, you ask them why they're here and they literally have nothing to say.
They are raping the system.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them.
But how do you follow the exit and thrown at you then? Did you expect that today? After
they're being lied to. They're being lied to. It's the wrong. They're throwing at the wrong enemy. If I thought someone was protecting, I'd throw an egg at them. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
We're not protecting them.
But that's the way they see it, mate. It doesn't matter if you don't see it that way. These people have all come out to protest because this person sexually assaulted a 14-year-old and they're being protected by the UK government, essentially. And you're coming here to defend his rights. So although these people don't think they're defending a pedo, they are. Indirectly, not directly, indirectly. But you're still defending a nonce. And I say the same thing to all the racists when they kick off about all the black rapists and all the non-white rapists, but they don't mention the white ones. I tell them the same thing, how they are actually indirectly defending white child offenders and rapists, right? Because by never mentioning them, it's indirectly defending them. So you can't only mention black and brown people who have murdered and never mention a white person that's murdered people. You see? You'd be indirectly defending them. You have to mention all of them. So I don't just say this to the left, I say it to the right as well. That's the beauty of being a centrist. Not only can I agree with both sides, I can disagree with both sides, and that's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. If we thought people defending us, we'd attack them too. But we don't like being slandered, and we don't like that these people being lied to about us. But the entire hotel is not responsible, you know what I'm saying? Like an entire race is not responsible. There's white people going to Thailand, do you know what I mean? To exploit underage kids in Thailand and
yeah. So in general, the locals feel that this hotel should be moved. Do you agree it should be moved away from, say, a school?
I don't think it was a good idea for them to open up this hotel in Epping. Yeah. Epping is one of the most racist places in England. They shouldn't have put refugees in Epping.
Is it? I don't think it is, mate. I'm not being funny. I don't think Epping is one of the most racist places in England. I think you should go to Sunderland and go to Manchester and also go to Birmingham. Probably London Central as well. Villages are quite racist, you know, but it's because there's so few people that, like, the racists stand out because they're very loud. So they stand out, and it seems like they represent more people than there actually are. But I grew up in the biggest village in England, and There was only 2 non-white kids in my entire high school. And 90% of us weren't racist, but there was racism. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
That wasn't a good idea. But at the same time, people shouldn't be forced to leave their countries.
It dies in the wash, doesn't it?
You should use that dialogue that goes back black.
Alright, so it seems like they are escorting people out of the way. More bottles being lobbed again. So they have brought the riot police and dogs in now. More stuff's getting lobbed. So they are escorting them. So, more stuff's getting lobbed. Oh, bottles.
Hey, that was a good block. Wait there. That was a good block. Watch out.
More stuff's
Look at that. What a block. I tell you what. If I'm ever in a phalanx as an army man with like a Russian, with a Roman shield and spear, that man can stand next to me. He can stand next to me. Whoever did that block, you can stand next to me in a phalanx, right? You and you alone have a pass for it because you have proven yourself capable of blocking an incoming attack, right? See this? Imagine that was an arrow and you were standing behind him. He's just saved your life. That's how phalanx is supposed to work. You can tell he probably does medieval reenactments and shit, I bet you. That was a very good block.
So yeah, an escort to the bloody hell, to the station.
Comrades, halt!
Well, I wouldn't advise doing that, bro. Fucking hell, you get arrested just for doing that in Germany.
Now you're in a worse position now. The police escorted them.
A worser position.
So the police have escorted them all the way to my front door.
Let him in for a cup of tea, bro. Let him in for a cup of tea.
Alright guys, so it looks like the police are having a meeting just behind me. You still have the Stamps of Racism crowd just down the street. They're completely locked off because people can get from the other side and infiltrate. It's now around 7:30. It looks like they're going to kind of be stuck here for a long time. Remember, most of these people are paid by the hour, so they will be doing overtime right now, I'm sure. They'll probably have to fork out a few more donations to accompany them for their time. As you can see, they're stuck here for the time being. But we are in a nice residential street of Epping. £1 million houses, I've been told, from...
They're not £1 million houses, bro. That's the poor street. There's maybe £1 million houses in the area, but they are not £1 million houses. No way. No way are they £1 million houses.
A nice residential street of Epping. £1 million houses, I've been told, from a few of these locals here.
Not them ones. No way. No way. Actually, that one there looks alright. Maybe $1 million. Maybe. It's in London. I could see that one being $1 million in London. But you know, that one there, say that was 6 bedrooms and it was in Newcastle in the north, that wouldn't be $1 million. It would be like 600, 700,000. But in London, it would be, yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, guys, all the officers with their shields. They're bringing in lots of police officers right now. About 4 vans are here currently. A bit of a standstill. The police stupidly brought them into like a, I don't know, cul-de-sac or a dead end. No way they can get out. You've got the police van here. More are out. Here we go.
What base are you from?
So they brought in the.
Hello, what's going on here then?
And the Met, so more reinforcements have come in now to deal with it all.
Freedom protectors!
So it is joining a bit of a crowd.
The fucking Met.
Got the Met Police. So it looks like they're going to come over here and decide what to do.
Go do the sound effects. Oi, 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 oi.
There we go. A lot of argy-bargy. So what tends to happen when more police come, more people get agitated, and now the crowd are coming this side, as you can see. So yeah, a lot more people are coming now from probably from the Bell Hotel. So I think that they did actually do an actual peaceful protest outside of the hotel, but now a lot of people have come here. Seems like.
We're not allowed to say anything. Look at the riot police here.
Yeah.
We were silently protesting down there. Apparently, it's gone online that Adam Brooks, I think, has just put up that they're going to shut it down.
Right.
They're shutting it down.
Do you think it has worked then, having this kind of protest, putting the
Because
pressure
it's during the week, so all the businesses all had to send their people home early, mums had to come and pick the kids up from school. So, yeah, it has. It's been a good thing.
Summer holidays now, though, isn't it?
And we're back here on Sunday as well, I think.
Right. So guys, thank you. So guys, it seems like these protests won't end until the hotel is closed, and we don't see that too often. Usually, these hotels in villages and towns get kept there for years, and now it's come to a point, 5 years in Epping, they're saying enough is enough. Oh, a bit of archie-barchie going on here. It's all pushing. A lot of stuff's getting thrown, bottles getting lobbed. Okay, let's try to chat to this guy with a big sign in a minute. But those guys literally cannot leave. They're in a kind of I don't know what it is. It's like a U-turn almost. So the only way is.
It's called a dead end, mate. It's called a dead end.
This way. The only way is Essex. We have this guy. We demand that Epping Council close down the Bell Hotel and deport all unchecked illegal men immediately to ensure the safety of our women and children. Hey, mate, I see your sign. What's the kind of feeling amongst women and children in general right now?
I think they're scared, as they should.
I think all the women and children up and down the UK are scared of dangerous males because they don't know who's a danger and who's not. And it used to be the case that everyone in our society would know that most males were fine and there was the odd one or two who were a danger, and we all knew who they were. Their actions told us who the dangerous men were. We don't know who's a danger now. Like, you're walking past a group of 3 men who might be non-white, and you just don't know, do you? Now, I'm not racist, but like, people have been trying to literally grab kids in Newcastle off the street, in public, into cars and stuff. Like, this is serious. This is fucking serious. This isn't a one-off incident. This isn't a one-off. This needs dealt with before it gets worse.
Yeah. And they should be living here scared. They should be able to walk to school. Should be able to walk to school safe and trouble-free.
Yeah. Would you be okay? Would you be okay of relocating this hotel not so close to a school if as a solution to the problem?
Should be here anyway. These people are unchecked. The company are attacking our children.
Yeah.
Relocation isn't the answer. Deportation is the answer.
Yeah. And what kind of area is Epping though? People's thought, you hear the counter protesters. This is quite a far right area, they like to say.
I don't really care what right area is. Left, right. The only right that should be is children and women should be safe.
That's a good answer, that.
Walk up from school.
Yeah.
It should be.
That's right. That's the same as me. I don't care about the left or right here. I don't give a fuck about your right-wing political ideology. I don't give a fuck about you tree-hugging hippies on the left. Couldn't give a fuck. The fact of the matter is, there's a bloke here who assaulted a child who shouldn't be here, and the government can't get rid of him, and they've got to essentially protect him. And do you know who's paying the money to protect him? Us. The people he fucking attacked.
Be about politicalness. It should be about the safety of our children.
Yeah.
If you are left and this happened to your child, how would you feel? It's got nothing.
I would have fucking killed the cunt, to be honest. Do you know what it is? I've got serious mental disabilities. I've got serious mental disabilities, and if someone was to attack my child in such a manner, I fear for what I would do. I really would fear. I wouldn't be this nice about it. No. I would probably end up in prison, sadly, because I wouldn't be able to do nothing, and the police wouldn't do enough. So I would end up probably doing a longer term than the person who fucking did it.
To do with race, religion,
Yeah.
it should be about the safety of our women and children.
Guys, eggs are thrown again. Waitrose. Whoa! You got the bombs out, guys.
The fuck was that? Did he fall? Or was that a rugby tackle?
Waitrose. Whoa! Guys, eggs are thrown again.
It's the guy in blue here. Him there.
Waitrose.
Nah, he fell. See, this is what happens in a protest. People will push you from behind. Someone pushed him from behind.
Bombs out, guys. Whoa. I've seen that before. I didn't bring my helmet. I didn't think it would turn to that. A lot of argy-bargy, a lot of argy-bargy. So I would say, guys, this all started when more and more police came. They called in the London Met.
I bet you there's some of these girls have put on their makeup just to hope to be on the internet.
There is an argument that these guys shouldn't have been.
She hasn't put makeup on, but the two girls behind her both have makeup on. Like, why would you turn up to a protest with makeup on? Like, come on. You women confuse me.
In the first place, what are your thoughts on all this? And is there kind of a fear amongst children and mothers right now?
Yeah, my daughter's seen all these immigrants. They've been following her down the street when she goes to meet her friends.
Let's start to move. What's going on? Oh. She's banging there. Oh, he's punching. They're smashing. Holy.
He'll be getting nicked in the morning, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Do you know, some of you men, you'll do something like that thinking you're doing the right thing for the rest of us. And do you know what it is? We get it, you kind of are. But you as a young man, you might have just ruined your entire life there. Say you get a 6-month sentence in prison for that. You've never been in prison before. You've never been charged before. You then become brainwashed into the criminal underworld. Committing crimes becomes normal for you. Then you spend the rest of your life committing crimes, in and out of jail, never being able to have a good job and a normal life and a family. And any family you do have, you get taken away from because you commit crimes and go to prison. Like, all because of an act like this. Like, you didn't need to attack this police car. Like, I understand why you did, but you didn't need to. You literally could ruin your entire life for that. Like, why do that? Why?
Smashing.
You notice how it's all young men. Not one actual male of age is stupid enough to attack a police van. Watch. So far, anyway. Yob. Under 20. Probably 19. Maybe 20. He's some young guy. Like, all these guys are doing it are very young, thinking they're doing the right thing, and all you guys might be doing is ruining your entire fucking life. Be very careful. Like, the police are essentially the army for the public, right? I know they're not in the right here. I know they're in the wrong. I know they've caused this issue, but that doesn't mean you need to ruin your life for it, okay? Don't be stupid like them.
Holy. They're smashing the van out. Wow. They're denting it, they're kicking it. Doors open. They're getting chased out. Wow. I've never seen anything like it. They're getting chased out. Oh, he jumped onto the front window. Wow. Oh, this crime. This is going absolutely insane. They're beating the van. Wow. I have eggs on the side. Smashing. Oh my goodness me.
That's the first guy of age I saw do it, but he did it seeing the other guys do it first. Like, he's setting a bad example, man. What? Look, I've got more reason to hate the police than nearly every one of you in this country. Because of their failures to do their job properly, I got tortured, literally tortured by the government, forcefully injected against my will, dangerous medications that made me unwell. Like, every 2 weeks for 3 years. So I have more reason to hate these cunts than anyone. But honestly, don't ruin your own life because they're shit at their job. Just ruin their lives from complaining about what they do. Like, ring the police and report the crime this officer has committed. Like, that there's a traffic violation, you know? Not having your back door closed on your van is a traffic violation. Report it. Fucking don't commit crimes against the policeman. Honestly, it's not a good idea. The government will fucking hammer you for it. Fucking hammer you.
Eggs on the side. Smashing. Oh my goodness me. This man's parked here. He's ripped off the wing mirror. Whoa! He's climbing onto the top of it. WWE. Whoa! Jesus Christ. Cone 6'5" man in the Bottles being lobbed. Jesus. They obviously brought police in for the Met Police, probably from central London, and now they've been chased out of Essex. This man out of his van, I don't know if he's trying to get through. Good
luck with that, bro.
In the car, must be very scared.
Where are you on the street protecting that girl?
Wow.
Where are you? Where's the police station?
Wow. This man's got a shield.
How many of you got kids, nephews, nieces, grandchildren, what? It's all right, yeah? It's all right. Of course it ain't.
Well said, sir. Well, sir. Well said. The fact of the matter is, lads, right? I can guarantee you that most men who have children, we are willing to die to protect them, alright? We literally are willing to die to protect them. That is our job. That is what we were put on this earth to do. And that is what we will do. Will you die as a police officer protecting a child sex offender? I don't think so. I don't think so. So, what are you even doing? Why don't you stand up to your superiors and have a backbone, get some fucking bollocks, even as a police officer, and say, look, I as an officer cannot do this. I cannot defend this individual because I do not agree with it. Now, I know you're supposed to remain impartial, but you're not impartial when you're protecting child sex offenders, are you?
I honestly think that's all it's going to take now. One incident will cause, you know, stuff like this. Think of the hundreds of migrant hotels across the UK. If one happens, this kind of sets the tone for the rest of summer, I'm guessing, 100%. Police officers are now staying in the van. That one is going. They've decided to leave. You still have the counter-protesters at the back and they've...
Just remember, everything you're seeing here, the police caused. But no officer will get arrested, will they? No senior officer will get arrested for negligence in a public office. But that's what this is. There is a senior officer who gave the command to allow the counter-protest to march up to the protesters, and this situation was created where crimes were committed, members of the public sustained injuries, police officers sustained injuries, there was criminal damage done to council properties, private properties, businesses, and tax-owned police vehicles. So, whoever gave the command is guilty of negligence in a public office, which is a crime, but they won't get charged, will they? Of course, they'll charge anyone who threw anything at a police officer. Of course. But will they charge any officers who did commit crimes themselves? No. So, the police are a lawless gang, aren't they? A gang.
I don't know. They might even miss the last train home. Look at this, guys. All we need now is a wheelie bin. We haven't seen the wheelie bin today. It's a staple in these kind of protests.
What are you legging it for? Go home.
Well, so, yeah, it looks like some of the protesters have come onto this side. See, it's getting lobbed. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 vans are leaving. Everyone's in this pub over here. This guy's scooter here. Look out.
If somebody said to me that they wouldn't use Ocado because it was expensive, I would say to them, have you even tried? Because it's for everybody.
I think you'd be surprised at the difference.
I do apologise for keep going to the kitchen to make cigarettes, but it's a long video.
So, yeah, they decided to leave. Let's see what happens. Oh, we have the wheelie bin, guys. The wheelie bin has arrived. Who knows if anyone will set it on fire.
Wesley's here.
There we go, straight for... Oh! Let's see. All sorts of getting lobbed. Oh, good. They're getting chased out. The police are getting chased out. Whoa. They're all getting chased out. Someone's got
Another guy got took up in the air.
Oh, I know, he's been run over by his foot apparently.
It really baffles me how literally the police have literally caused me to get tortured. You know, they fucked my neck during a mental health attainment, and like it clicks every day. Like, and my neck's in pain every day. They fucked my shoulder, so like it's not in the socket correctly. They literally pulled my arm out of its socket in this very room, right? And no one got charged. I wasn't even guilty or suspected of a crime. I was just mentally unwell because the police had not done their jobs properly. Literally, they gave me post-traumatic stress disorder. So when I became mentally unwell, what did the government do? Oh, send the police out to violently assault a man with post-traumatic stress disorder from the police. So when they took me to the mental health wards, I presented as worse than I was and got treated as worse than I was. I literally ended up getting tortured under the Mental Health Act because of the police. But I still think you all need to show them more respect than this. I know they're in the wrong. I know that they deserve this. But that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. The right thing to do here would be to point out all the crimes they have committed and not commit any yourself. So the crimes they committed was negligence in a public office. They weren't impartial because they defended one group over another. They instigated a violent altercation, right, between two different groups of protesters from negligence, right? And then we've got all the traffic violations. Then we've got all the times they overlooked crimes committed by officers, you know, violent assaults and stuff. So if you get charged for pushing an officer in the chest, right, assault on an officer, they should get charged if they push you and you're not guilty of a crime. But they don't. Literally, it's one rule for a police officer and one for you. But they're supposed to be held to a higher standard of law. But they're not. It's a lower one.
Wow. So yeah, the police can't protect the local community. They have been kicked out of the area now. Bloody hell, this guy's got stolen the sign. So guys, yeah, absolute carnage so far. It's always a little burst, and it seems to be when the police start to go. But they have kind of parked around here. I don't know if more vans are coming, but they've definitely lost a lot of their wing mirrors. As you saw, people would kick it, lob beer and all sorts.
I know, but that is a bit of gas.
Oh, mate. That's a naughty, isn't it? Mate, it's broken.
No, the skin is off. The skin is off.
Oh, bloody hell. Guys, I'll blur that out, but literally a guy got run over by the police van, as you saw, absolutely.
I'm still waiting for a compensation payment for the injuries they caused me 10 years ago, right? So I can guarantee you that man will wait years. Like, he'll be limping for years, and the police will just treat him like it was his own fault. Right? I swear to God, they've literally ran him over, and they'll blame him for it. You fucking watch. You fucking watch.
Reckless. It really didn't have to turn to that. I don't know the reason.
I can tell from his age straight away he hasn't got very good vision, and so they can't claim it was his fault. He might not have even seen them coming.
For the police van leaving this part of Epping, they weren't under attack. They were just kind of cordoning this part off. And this guy is literally...
Don't make excuses. I was trying.
Mate, you got to get an ambulance, mate. Should we call one?
Yeah, get him an ambulance. Get him an ambulance, just in case. Better to be safe than sorry. You know what it is. Just because someone says they're all right doesn't mean shit. You know, get him an ambulance. He's got a broken leg. What's he gonna do? Fucking hop home.
Whilst locals were busy getting run over by the police, the counter-protesters were getting escorted to Epping Station.
Buses. They're calling them buses. They're calling them buses. You know what they say? You wait 15 minutes for a bus and then 3 come all along at once. they're all cramming in. You got a spare bus down there? Make sure you got your bus passes. No, she said they're all local. If they're local, why don't they walk home? They're all getting buses. No, that's where I'm going wrong. Instead of calling the police, I need to call for a bus.
We have Spider-Man.
Go on, get out there, Spider-Man. Go on, give him a hand, come.
Getting up there is easy, but where's your point down? There's no drain pipe or anything. And the edge is overhanging. That's a dangerous drop if you don't know what you're doing, lads. I mean, if there was a metal drain pipe on the side here, you could just shimmy down, but Getting down's the problem here, not getting up. Fucking hell, mate. You can tell he's had a few, haven't you?
What's he doing?
Go on, Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man, love it.
Bloody hell.
Stay there to help him back down. Fucking hell.
This guy loves
Please
to
stay there to help him back down.
Hotel
Nope, he's
the
straight
other
down.
way.
Shit.
Okay, King of the Castle. Well, it's actually top of a school. Very interesting.
I bet you he went to that school. I bet you. I went here, and then one day, I was king of it. Oh. I tell you what, if I could have got on my school roof with a Union Jack flag, I would have. Which is why I assume he went to that school. Why else would you think to climb on top of the school? Maybe for a newspaper picture, surely? Maybe.
So what? You're the local councillor in the area, but
not for exactly here. So I'm the councillor for the neighbouring town where we.
Homosexual. Can tell by the way he talks. Not that that's a problem, but like I can instantly tell by the way he talks. He's a homosexual.
Also have a hotel, and as you can see from what you've seen today, firstly, I just want to say that this is local people here.
Yeah.
They are fed up, they are angry. I do not condone any kind of violence or bad behaviour, but I
Good answer.
have to say it's been encouraged by the far left people that turned up for trouble. And
I think it's a bit dodgy how he's wearing a Trump-style hat with all the Epstein stuff going on at the minute. You don't really want to be associated with Trump at the minute, if I'm honest, sir. I honestly don't think that's a good idea. I understand that he's trying to do a good job for reform, but you really honestly do not want to associate yourself in any way with Donald Trump, even by wearing a hat that is Make Britain Great Again, that is copied Make America Great Again. It's the same style, it's the same writing, it's the same way. Like, you need to be very careful, whoever you are, sir. I don't know who you are. I hold nothing against you. I can just tell that you're gay from the way you talk.
behaviour, but I have to say it's been spent right now on protecting them. 23 police officers just in a line there. Is all because people turned up for trouble tonight, but it wasn't the people of Epping that turned up for trouble. It's the far left wrong-uns that showed up who...
See, now he's just doing the typical reform spewl. Reform shit. The far left, blah, blah. The far left weren't the issue here, the police were. But he can't say that because he's a councillor. Like, he can't say that because he's a councillor. The police would kick off with him. So, the police are to blame here, not the far left have a right to protest, right? They didn't need to go to the counter-protesters, and the police didn't need to take them there. They were, like, escorted by the police, as if the government was protecting the rights of the migrant over the rights of the people of Epping, right? So he's used this moment as a way to try and score points for reform. Just bear that in mind, okay?
Have no moral argument as to why that hotel should be here, nor why it should be housing people that enter the country illegally, that we know are a danger to our society generally and have proven to be a danger to this town.
That's what you call a truthful lie, my friends. A truthful lie is where you tell a lie, a very small lie, and the rest of it is truth. So everything he said there was factually correct, was factually true, apart from the fact that it was caused by the far left. It wasn't caused by the far left. He built his lie around the truth. It's called a truthful lie, where you tell the truth to lie. It's the best way of lying, because people get confused because, well, everything else they said in that sentence was true, so that must be true. But when you're a master of it like me, you can see through it. He literally lied to everyone on camera there. He knows it wasn't the left, it was the police, but he can't say that because of his job.
And I speak on behalf of probably every single person in Essex as an Essex County Councillor, and frankly as the only county councillor standing up to this, when I say the government needs to control our borders. We have uncontrolled mass immigration to this country, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
His party's had the solution for years, a solution for a year, and they haven't solved it. They haven't been pushing for the solution. They're just whinging about it so they get power. They could have solved this problem already, Reform. They could have done it already. They've got enough MPs to get the implementation of a solution into Parliament and get the votes on it, right? They've got the MPs for it. People would just need to agree with it. That's all they need. But they don't. They would rather talk, Talk. Look at me talking about it. Instead of solving the problem. I've solved it. Implement the solution and stop crying like bitches, alright? That's it.
Of young fighting age men every day coming to a community near you if this doesn't stop, and we have to get this hotel closed.
What kind of message does it send if it only takes 9 to 8 days for someone to commit a sexual assault having come from where, Ethiopia was it? I mean, what kind of message does that send to every other hotel across the country?
Well, of course, we need to let that trial do its thing. I'm not going to comment on that specific, but what we do know is that people that come into this country illegally, they do commit offences, including crimes like sexual assault. We know, for example, Afghans are statistically most likely to commit those offences, and we've just had the wholesale importation of them secretly. But what is more important is that we know there's a direct correlation between illegal immigration and crime in communities like Epping, and that has got to stop.
Yeah, but how do you feel that this man was an Ethiopian, so he doesn't really fit the mould if you look at the sexual assaults, Afghanistan, Eritreans are up there, but not Ethiopians. So how do you know who's going to commit these crimes, right? Afghanistan.
Huh. What is that? Sexual assaults per... I don't know. I tell you what, as a liberal person most of the time, it really doesn't help my position that all these countries are non-white. These are migrant statistics, obviously, not British statistics. So the English and the Welsh and the Scottish and the Irish are not here. But still, these are all non-white migrant countries. Like, you cannot argue with it. Like, the facts and numbers do not lie.
Eritreans are up there, but not...
They don't help me in the slightest sometimes, because I'm quite a liberal person. Like, I've worked in call centres, right? So, I've come across various walks of life. Like, I've sat with Indian people from India and learned Hindi. Namaste, ab kaise hai? Shukriya mimita. Like, I've sat with people from Afghanistan, and he was just a stoner from the mountains. Like, he was literally just a stoner from a mountain. That's what he was. And he was pissed off that he had to pay for weed in this country because he used to just pick it free on the mountain. Like, I've been friends with people from Pakistan. Where else? Fucking China, Japan, Turkey, like, Syria. Like, I've had friends from all walks of life. I've had friends from Nigeria, John, and other people. John's probably not his real name, but that's his. But I've had loads of friends from Africa. Like, I've been to the Gambia. So I have literally well over 10,000 experiences with non-white people who never did anything wrong to me, never said anything that was worrying, and I got on with just as any other normal white person was, like, to me. Like, so because I've had so many positive experiences with non-white people, it's difficult for me to understand all these people who have had no positive experiences. Like, I've worked in call centers. Like, I was sometimes a minority in the call floor, and I just treat everyone as if they are the same as me. They're a human being, like, and 9 times out of 10, it's fine. There was some Doylams. There was one guy called Imran. He was a bit of a prick. But he was just a prick, right? It had nothing to do with his skin colour. He was just a prick. He would have been prick if he was white. It didn't matter. Right? So I have a different opinion to everyone else because I'm quite biased. I'm not biased because I'm some woke leftard fanny. I'm biased because I've had so many lovely and positive experiences with non-white migrants in workplaces. So they were employed. They were paying taxes. Like, they were doing the same job as me. Like, how can I think I'm better than them? Do you know what I mean? So I've got a completely different view to most of you. But this graph, it doesn't help someone like me. It doesn't help someone like me who tries to fight the case for decent migrants. It doesn't help me at all.
Ethiopians, so how do you know who's going to commit these crimes, right? If you're going to base off nationalities and ethnicities.
How many from the UK do it?
Yeah.
That's the answer to the question, isn't it? Do people from the UK behave...
Rate of sexual assault. There's the UK.
like that? Are people from the UK brought up to behave like that? And I'm not saying that anyone that's not from the UK is brought up to do other things, but Britain had...
I've seen more British people sexually assault women than non-British people. I've seen men grabbing women's asses in nightclubs. I've seen men grabbing women who are on the way into nightclubs. Like, oh, hello, darling, blah, 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 grabbing them and stuff. Like, I see men sexually assault women on trains who are white. So... I see more men who are white do sexual assaults than non-white because I'm surrounded by white people all the time. So I have this biased opinion that I don't think white people are better. Like, if you ask the government how many people in the UK prisons are white and British and have been convicted of sexual crime out of the population of people who have committed sexual crimes, the vast majority, like 70%, are white British. Because we live in a white country. Like...
has its own culture. England has its own culture. And people in this country are brought up a certain way and behave a certain way. Other cultures are not compatible with this country, and that is clear from the way some people behave. But also, this is what happens when people fail to do integration. Now, immigration as a whole has done great things for this country. It has never built this country, but it's done great things for this.
It has built this country. Because we are migrants. This is what some people don't get when you're a white British person. That you think you're not a migrant because your family's white and England's white and literally everyone in this island, every single one of us, is from a migrant. Because how else do you get to an island in the middle of the ocean thousands of years ago? Like how on earth do you get to an island thousands of years ago where there's no humans and start a civilization without migrating there? So everyone on this island is a migrant. Like the Romans, the Anglo-Saxons. You know, we call them invaders, but they were migrants. Invaders are still migrants, technically. They just invade. So this country was built by immigration. White European migrants. That's what built this country. It's not even a debate.
Country as I behave.
Like if you go back on Ancestry, you can check his family, and you can guarantee 400 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, his family was either Dutch or Germanic or something else, right? And they migrated to Britain, and he's now a councillor in this country. A classic example of migrant success. The Americans in America are the migrants. They are white pilgrims from Europe, as are the Australians in Australia. The non-migrants in Australia are the native to Australians, the Aboriginals. And the American natives are Native Americans, or Native Indians, as some people might call them, although I don't think you can say that anymore. But I don't think they find it offensive, because it's not an insult. So... literally, the entire of the UK and the entire of the USA has been built by migration. And the rich people continue to try and do it because it's cheaper to hire someone who gets paid less than me or you. So they flood our countries with migrants, and we have to deal with it. Because it's cheap labour for them. And who do we fight? Each other, not them.
But also, this is what happens when people fail to do integration. Now, immigration as a whole has done great things for this country. It has never built this country.
It has built this country. Like, he's literally a classic example of it. We are all migrants. Like, if you check my family name, Pope, the first time the family name Pope appeared in Britain was just after the Second Crusade. So about 600 years ago, at most. So, 600 years ago... my family migrated here, probably from Greece. Although it could have been from other places. But could have been somewhere else. Could have been fucking Spain, anywhere. You know what I mean? So you can't sit here and say migrants didn't build this country. Because they did. We are the migrants. The same as the Americans in the United States. Those white Americans are pilgrims from Europe. They're the invaders. They're the migrants. And yet they're all kicking off about immigration. It's a bit weird.
but it's done great things for this country. And we all know that. We see second, third generation immigrants here today protesting because their families came here and contributed and helped make this country better.
So some migrants did help build this country. And they're trying to help defend your point now. Isn't that a bit difficult that you just said migrants didn't build this country?
Not come to this country to take the mick, to fleece the taxpayer, to fleece the British people, because we're over generous and we're a soft touch. And no government, previous or current, has ever taken a stance to stop that.
That sounds exactly like me, you see. He agrees that, like, someone who's comes over here to work hard, abide by our laws and rules, and pay their taxes, and raise families, that's fine. We got no problem with that. We got no problem with that, you know? Bring them on. We're happy to have any hard-working people in this country because we've got enough lazy people as it is. So we'll happily take on hard-working people. We'll happily do it. But not people who commit crimes, especially not commit crimes against children. But people who come over here and don't want to work and are getting paid for by the system that they've never paid into, it's wrong. No matter how much you want to think human rights is the most important thing and migrants have rights, blah, 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 you need to pay into the system to benefit from it. That's how it works. That's what the benefit system was made for. It was made so everyone who paid into it can be safe and okay if things go wrong. It wasn't made so some dickhead from Somalia could jump on a boat and come here and claim free shit. It wasn't made for that. It literally is not made for that, and it will not cope. So as much as I'm a nice guy, I love a hard-working migrant, I've worked alongside them. I've learnt their language. I learnt a love song to sing to one of them because she was fit. But it turned out she spoke a different language. So I learnt Hindi, and she spoke fucking Urdu, right? And I learnt a Hindi love song for her. It was hilarious. So honestly, there's nothing wrong with hard-working migrants. But you know, when you've got people coming over, stealing from the system, no. I'm against it. And that doesn't make me a racist. It doesn't make me xenophobic. I don't want to deny these people rights. I just want to make sure my country is still alive in 100 years. I want to make sure that in 100 years, my country is still at least as good as it is today, not worse. Right? And that's not too much to ask.
The only way people feel they can get listened to is to protest, because no one else is listening. People write to their MPs,
I wrote to my MP, I wrote to the King. I wrote to the fucking King and the Prime Minister about negligence by the police and by the NHS. They didn't even fucking reply. They didn't even reply. I literally wrote my soul and my heart. It took everything. It took all I had to write those letters. Everything. Literally poured my soul onto paper. And they didn't even respond. I wasn't worth their time. But then, King Charles sends Starmer over to America to hand deliver an invitation to Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein's best pal. And that was only a few months after I had written him a letter. So, I understand how the US president is more important than me, sure. But it was an insult. I don't think it should be that way. I think personally, I'm more important to the Prime Minister of England and the King of England as an English man than Donald Trump. Personally speaking, I deserved a letter more than Donald Trump got a letter. That's the way I see it. So I don't like the royal family anymore. I don't like Labour anymore. I hate them all. Fuck them.
People write to the Home Office, people write to the council. Where are the other politicians here listening to people? Why am I the only councillor here today? There are loads of councillors that represent this very patch of the planet. Where are they? Why are they not here? Why are they not here? Why does it have to take a neighbouring councillor to come and listen to concerned residents? Because they don't care. They do not care, because if they cared, they'd be here.
People who feel discomfort from asthma, bronchitis, or pneumonia finally found a solution to the recurring discomfort and pain it gives. If you've ever experienced breathing problems.
He does seem to genuinely care, but he has chosen his moment for a bit of publicity. Come on, let's be honest. He didn't do that sitting at his desk at home Like, he did it for publicity.
Oh! Trying to run him over. It would have been the second person we've seen run over. Alright guys, so it looks like the police are going back to the Bell Hotel. A lot of the vans we saw earlier have left. When the windscreens were kicked, the back doors were left open. But it looks like they're going to be driving into the Bell Hotel, as you can see here. We've got about 4 cars, definitely not enough.
These videos are so long because I literally just talk so much. I talk and talk and talk. I'm so sorry, but this is my new unemployed job.
Officers, these guys are blocking the road.
Protect our king! Protect our king!
You barred him. Who's young? Fuck, barred me.
He's a police officer with a fucking riot shield and fucking body armor, bro. What are you gonna do? Like, he's got a stab-proof vest, probably a bulletproof vest or stab-proof vest. He's got a taser. Like, he's just literally doing his job.
Have a grape juice into a bit of Ribena there.
I try and see things from everyone's perspective, right? Because I try and be very fair, and I understand my own biases, so I'll try and understand everyone else's biases. Like, I try and be as fair as possible, alright? I try to be. And you got to understand, these police are just doing their jobs. Even though their commanding officers have put them in a dangerous situation because of negligence, they are still just doing their jobs.
The police, this guy obviously got a point to prove now, this officer having just been embarrassed with Ribena. He's pushing and shoving now. A bit of argy-bargy, bit of pushing.
He looked! What did he say? He looked!
A bit of argy-bargy.
He says you've dropped something, I think, and he made him look. I think he made him look. That's going to be my screenshot. Made you look. That's going to be my screenshot.
Bargy bit pushing.
I'm going to put a bubble out of his mouth saying, mug. And then the speech bubble out of the police officer's mouth saying, where? He literally just mugged him off.
So guys, we are now at the Bell Hotel. This has been here for quite a while. Obviously the main message for today was protect our kids, as you see with this sign just here. Now we are at the Bell Hotel. I'm sure some migrants are watching from their window. They do have security in there as well, as you can imagine. A lot of pushing and shoving, guys, that we're seeing. A lot of pushing and shoving. Oh, guys, sort of. Whoa! It wasn't him. Oh, guys, sort of. Whoa! A lot of pushing and shoving. A lot of pushing and shoving, guys, that we're seeing. A lot of pushing and shoving. Oh, guys, sort of. Whoa!
That's assault. He hasn't even done anything, and the police officer just hit him in the face. That's assault. He should lose his job. That's instant dismissal. How? He should be in prison for that. Like, what the fuck, man?
It wasn't him. I got that camera, mate. It wasn't you. Oh, bloody hell. Flare's been thrown. The blue. What's this? Chelsea. Smoke. Chelsea. So you don't know what the police are going to do. Got this old man. Got this old man. Oh. This old man.
And again.
Just let them do their fucking jobs, man. Just let them do their jobs.
It does seem only when the police arrive that people start to throw stuff. Before that, it was pretty calm.
Public throw!
Got the black cab.
Let the public throw!
So as you can see, guys, the flares are out at the Bell Hotel. Obviously, they've got this fencing just here to make sure people don't go into the Bell Hotel. You can imagine how angry a lot of these people are, you know. This is a local community where sexual assault happened, as well as that arson from another migrant who got moved here as well. They really don't know who is actually in this hotel at all.
All you're doing is protecting it all. You're on the wrong side of it.
A lot of people saying that.
Scared of the Home Office and stand up for what you want.
Yes, mate, he's right. Let's hear that again. That was the exact right words. The exact right words, my friend.
In this hotel at all.
All you're doing is...
This man here, what he says here, you all need to listen to that. What he says here is perfect. These officers need to stand up to their bosses. They put them in a dangerous situation that they themselves created. They didn't need to lead the counter-protest up to the other counter-protest and create an altercation where violent incidents took place, crimes were committed, police vans were vandalised, and officers and members of the public received injuries. Even one officer punching a member of the public live on the internet. Like, this didn't need to happen.
Protecting it all. You're on the wrong side of it.
A lot of people saying that.
Scared of the Home Office and stand up for what you want.
Hopefully they don't run anyone over. Whoa. Red light. Two lads.
Running him over. Fucking do it.
They will run him over.
Run people
Things are getting smashed on. Oh, look at that wind mirror there.
I don't condone this attacking the police van. I don't condone this at all. I think you're all idiots doing this. Just let them fucking do their jobs. Like, stop it. Fucking stop it. You don't need to attack the police officers. You don't need to attack them. If you can't use words, right, you have to use your fists. And against the police, like, just think. Just think.
Completely knocked off. Looks like he's actually going.
Use your words. Use your fucking words, not your shitty trainers, bro. Fuck's sake.
Going into the. Looks like he's actually going into the hotel. Oh.
Hello? Hi, speaking. Hiya. Yeah. That's fine. Thank you. Please, yes. Thank you. Bye. Sorry about that.
They are now destroying the Bell Hotel sign. Locals have had enough. They're destroying the sign. I really don't know how they're going to make these guys disperse. People are putting on some riot gear here, arm pads, body pads, a lot. Got this guy here trying to go. So.
It's not looking good for you. One of your colleagues has thrown a flag on the floor. Oh, you what? Oh, no. Who threw the flag on the floor, mate?
Two guys have made their way into the hotel. Looks like they've made it.
Let's try and get our carrier in here, okay?
Okay, guys, so they're going to make sure the police can't get into the Bell Hotel. So yeah, guys, you see the forming the line behind us, tight grip. This guy loves to kick windshields.
I wish these young men would, instead of learn to kick the police vehicles, would learn to write letters or like make videos shaming them. Like, why commit a crime to stop them doing something wrong? Like, did their mothers never teach them two wrongs don't make a right? So you can stop the police, you can confront them, but you don't need to attack them. You can just verbalize it and be like, you do realise you're protecting some nonce. You do realise you're protecting a man who attacked a child. Like, you can't just say these things. You don't need to fucking kick their van. Come on. Like, this is the sort of thing that ruins the entire protest. You didn't need to do this. I understand why, you know. He's trying to look like Billy Big Bollocks. He's trying to look like he's a hard cunt. But a real smart guy wouldn't have done that. You're going to just hurt yourself. I guarantee you he was obviously one of the 6 arrested. I guarantee it.
I hear some bullets in, throwing all sorts, getting lobbed. They're letting this car through. This lady's crying.
It annoys me that I'm defending the police as well. They have no right me defending them. They still owe me millions in compensation, and they owe my daughter money. And they're just trying to drag their heels, but forget that.
She's very scared.
Stupid police.
Another one's gone. Must be at least 20. Brake lights getting smashed.
At least these lads are doing us all one favour. They're highlighting all the vulnerabilities of all the riot vans where all the equipment is. So you see how they've smashed the wing mirror and the lights on the back so easily. What that shows me is the design flaws of the vehicle. These things should not be able to be destroyed so easily. These are riot vans and riot protected vehicles. They should be able to sustain a bit of pounding from some men. So what that shows me is whoever designed these vehicles didn't do a good job. And I bet you they don't get told off either. Like, how hard would it be to reinforce a wing mirror and to make, like, bulletproof glass on a light? Like, it's not like rocket science, is it, lads? You know, it's not rocket science. And instead, now the taxpayer has to pay to replace 20 wing mirrors. And who's paying for that? All these people here. And the guy who kicked it, he probably doesn't work and pay taxes. And we're all going to cheer. Oi! We're going to have to pay more taxes. Oi! Someone damaged the police. Oi! No. I don't see how that... He's kind of ruining the whole thing for you lot, to be honest.
Look at this. They are smashing the windshield of the van. You hear the chants? Country boat! Cars are trying to get through.
That looked like the damaged arm there. Who damaged their arm?
They are smashing the windshield of the van. You hear the chants?
Yeah, he sprained his elbow, or he's definitely injured his arm. He's definitely injured his arm. To be fair, that looked like I was really gay and checking him out. I wasn't. I was seeing what his injury was. I had a severe sciatic nerve injury when I was 20, 21. I nearly died. It took me 14 years to learn to walk again. So I show great interest in other people's injuries because I like to try and help people, or to try and, you know, I'm interested as a result. So no, wasn't checking him out and his fucking man boobs.
Well, here we go. Glasses everywhere, bits of plastic, as you can see. Whoa. Glass bottles getting thrown.
Take out! Come on! You did your job at the Home Office, that's why you're here. John!
They've knocked his teeth out.
Every one of you! Who's that? It's my hand. Every one of you!
Fuming, mate.
Put your hands down! 7, 6, 7, 6, 3!
He was. You're not coming on.
Oh, it sounds like they're flattening. Whoa! Things been thrown.
Look at this guy, watch him go.
Oh! It looks like they're flattening the tyre, letting all the air out of the police cars, as you can see here. They are going to be stuck here with a flat tyre.
He's getting this in 4K.
Another one as well, so looks like it needs to box. Oh guys, look at that, you can see all the flares. What a sight. So yeah, this definitely sets the tone for other hotels across the country. If this is the only way that locals can protest, this is what it's going to come to. And Epping locals have really had enough. Who knows if this is the first of many or if this is the last one, but
They're certainly setting a standard for the rest of us, aren't they?
They surely can't keep any of the migrants here. So guys, as you can see, the tyre is completely flat now. Need to change the tyres. So there's actually more reinforcements out here. Seriously, mate, you got your teeth knocked out by the police?
Yeah, 7-7.
77569.
77569.
How'd they do that? You punched you?
With his shield. With his shield, I was trying to talk to him and he smashed me in the face.
Witnessed it, completely unprovoked attack. He just whacked him with his shield.
Where's your teeth gone?
In my pocket.
Go on.
Bro, he's not lying.
Bloody hell.
Like, you go to prison for that.
Completely unprovoked attack, just whacked him straight in the face with his riot shield. They were expensive crowns, bro. They're not even a real teeth. He's knocked my crowns out. Chances are I won't be able to have new ones.
So we've got 2 teeth missing, guys. Wow, from the police, and we got some guys climbing up on the police van here. Wow, the police are not safe here. The window is completely gone, shattered windscreen. As you can tell, I don't know if people actually go into the hotel. You can definitely go around the back of it. But well, more damage to the back. It is becoming vandalism at this point. He's taken the number plate off, just about.
What are they encouraging him for? Like, this doesn't solve anything, does it, lads? I mean, it looks good. Makes you feel good, sure. But he might spend years in prison for this. Years. He can't help you all. He can't help himself in prison. For fuck's sake, man. For fuck's sake, why are you encouraging him? Where... You know, when you're trying to beat someone in an argument when there's, like, morals, like, it's not very often the far right have the moral high ground. And they have the moral high ground here. Because there's someone who's attacked a child who shouldn't be there, and they're saying he shouldn't be there. Now, by attacking the police vans, you're not helping yourself. You're still not as bad as a person who attacks the child. But you've lost your moral high ground because of this. Like... There's no moral high ground anymore. Like you...
Oh, police dog is out, police dog is out. Oh, the dog is very scared. The police dog's ahead. Oh, he's buying it, he's buying it.
Get in! Get in!
Police dog is losing control.
Lovely.
They clearly don't have a good dog trainer, do they? They should get me, shouldn't they, Zara? Hey, Zara, shouldn't they get me? There's my dog.
We just saw a police dog attacking the police officer.
Come on!
The police is using it as a mallet, hammering down on the protesters. Stuff is getting thrown. Whoa. A lot of stuff. Wow, look how angry these guys are.
Fucking hell. So out of control, man. So out of control.
So guys, this is what happens when illegal migrants sexually assault girls in the local area. Look how
This is what happens, yes. Yes. People get very hurt. A lot of people get hurt. All because the government are a bunch of spineless cowards. Essentially, a bunch of small men with small dicks and not enough bollocks. Essentially.
That's what this guy is.
Protect our kids! Protect our kids! Protect our kids! Protect our kids!
Ambulances coming through, which they are allowing to come through.
Let it through.
I'd like to point out that none of this would be happening if you'd all got the government to implement my solution a year ago. None of this would be happening. None of you would have happened. That man wouldn't have lost his teeth. If you'd all listened to me in 2017, you all would have saved money on your energy bills. Like, I try and help the country for free every day. Every day I help this country for free, and everyone just thinks I'm a joke. It's...
So yeah, a bit of positive energy and then straight away back on the police. Another van is coming, as you can see, for backup. 3. I'm sure they're not the same ones.
Have you noticed how not all these cameras are on? That one's on. That one's not. That one's on. That one is not on. That one's not on. That one is on. I think. Yeah.
I'm sure they're not the same ones.
That one's on.
New 4
Not on, not on.
now. So yeah, they've got the Met Police, so the police van...
Like, these cameras should all be on every time they're on duty. Like, everything a police officer does should be videoed. Every day, every shift should be videoed. Every shift. For their own protection and for the public's.
Have come down from London. At least 50 officers have arrived now. So guys, it is now 9:30, and yeah, whatever kind of police come, these guys over here will kick. Whoa! Will kick the van, and the police came and he ran away pretty quick. We don't know how.
Because he knows he's getting arrested. That's why. Innocent people don't run, do they?
How long this is going to go on for? At the minute, they're just picking up anything they can find and throwing it at the police. But they have got their shields. The police aren't really retaliating that much. Mate, I saw you earlier on the knee. How's your knee, mate? How do you feel about the...
How do I feel? I think the police are acting extremely violent, to be honest with you, and they're using the vans as a weapon.
Yeah, and you got run over. Is that what's happened here?
I'm not sure whether the van hit me or not. It was just all such a panic. They hit a gentleman head on. They just drove straight into him, like in the centre of the bonnet, and took him up the road. That's maybe what the ambulance is for. I don't know. It was that really worried me.
Well, I hope you're right, mate.
And just as I looked like that, another van was sort of...
Yeah, they came...
And I'm panicking, and I think if Chris hadn't have dragged me out of the way, I think I would have.
Didn't look good earlier, mate. I hope you're all right.
Thanks, Wes.
Good to see you, mate. So, guys, there's glass all on the floor, but as you can see, look how many officers are literally protecting the whole line, so no one can get through to the hotel. I don't think the message today was to, like, burn the hotel or anything like that. It was just to come here, just to peacefully, express how angry they are in this local community. But look at it, Bell Hotel completely covered with police. Have you been at the other protests throughout last week as well?
Yeah.
Yeah? How does this one compare? Do you understand the kind of anger?
It's bigger, it's more intense, and it's going to just get worse. Because you know what else as well? This is epic. You're going to have people, next time you're going to have people from Harlow, you're going to have people from all over.
People are going to unite over this. I've been seeing this coming for a while. Honestly, I've been seeing it. I said a year ago to my girlfriend that my biggest worry for reform is that, not that they're going to get power, but is that when they get power, they're going to forcefully deport people, the same as Donald Trump, because they'll think that was such a success. And I'm all happy for the criminals to be forcefully deported, but I can just see innocent victims being trapped amongst it all, people getting killed, wrongly targeted, innocent children getting hurt, and it just... I just think my solution's better. I just think, instead of giving the guy power who caused it, you just implement my solution. Like, personally speaking, I
Over, come here.
So you reckon these protests will continue until it's closed? Is that the only answer?
That's the only answer. Yeah. I'll be here every week until it's over. I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know why you're doing this.
Don't sit on the fence.
You know, if you used your minds and you all used like with your riot shields and your helmets, just step back and take the fall.
Well, guys, look at the reaction from the locals. The police are saying something. I really can't hear anything from this, but they're saying something about arresting criminal offence. Do you know what was said there, mate?
Half past 10 they have to leave when they are not.
Okay.
The criminal offence and they...
So dispersal order. Okay. We don't know what time yet, but apparently they've been told to leave. Hi guys, so the police have issued a dispersal order, so everyone has to leave at 10:30. It's literally 10:29. Who's
Hello,
Tracy?
Tracy, my missus.
All right, go on. We're not live.
Hello, Tracy. Live.
Be on Tracy. Yeah, guys. So obviously you saw that all the locals came out, and obviously they had a decision to make today. Do they stand up for their kids, or run the risk of being called far right, racist, usual sort of stuff? Instead, they came out in numbers. It was very peaceful, and then it turned into what you saw. But is this the future of England, where you're going to have vigilante groups in communities like Epping, in these small towns, that the only solution when the police don't stand up for the locals, that they feel unheard, the councillors don't do anything, the Home Office doesn't do anything? Will we just see local community groups coming out like we saw today, vigilantes in the future? And does this kind of set the tone for the rest of summer? Who knows? But guys, this was the Bell Hotel. Apparently there's going to be more protests coming up, so we'll see what happens there.
Well, that was a video by Wesley Winter. He's on YouTube if you want to check out his channel. That was my first time watching this guy. I've never seen him before. I don't know who he is. And I have to say, normally I do reactions to reactions, so I'll find a YouTuber who does reaction videos and react to their videos because they've already provided the content for me to react to. I don't normally watch someone who posts a video and just react to it because I don't know who to watch. So it's nice that I finally found a video to do that to, and obviously this is part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1, go see that one. But yeah, this was a good watch. I understand all sides, but from my opinion, this was caused by police failures. The commanding officer who orchestrated this caused the implication of an altercation, and a violent one at that, which nearly erupted into a violent riot and resulted in a dispersal order. And officers and members of the public got injured. Private businesses, private homes, and police vans were vandalised, which taxpayers will have to pay for. All this vandalism caused by that young man kicking the wing mirrors off, letting the tyres out, damaging the police vehicles. We all have to pay for that. Like, that's why that will increase your taxes. That has to be paid for. So we have to pay for that. So apart from damaging the police vehicles and the violence, I didn't have a problem with any of it, really. But I don't want to see police officers getting attacked. I don't want to see police officers punching random members of the public because some other person threw a bottle at them, so they just punch the nearest man. Like, what a fucking doilum. I don't want to see women on the streets screaming at the police because they're not protecting their children and they're protecting these criminals. And this all could have been dealt with a year ago if you just implemented my solution. I have already solved this problem. Implement the solution, or get the government to implement it, or make me Prime Minister. I'll solve it. It's done. I've already solved it. Farage has this solution. Reform has this solution. Labour and the entire media have this solution because I sent it to them. So I know and have the proof they have it. So this could have been dealt with. This could be solved. We don't need this going on. The problem is literally solved. I've solved it. Implement the solution. Alright? Fuck. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.